Hi guys, it's Emily from Hopscotch Interactive, and I decided to go live today. I've actually never done a live stream straight to YouTube, so this will be exciting. But the reason why I wanted to do this is because Zillow has just basically republished their app for the Zillow 3D home tours. And instead of making a video and then sharing it with you later, I was like, well, look, I'm just going to go through and we'll sort of have our reactions as we go along. So I just put it onto my phone, and as you can see, I have one of my Z1s behind me, and it says, when you first get into it, what's new? In-app controls allow you to adjust camera settings before capturing each panorama when paired with a 360 camera. So, okay, so I might have to pair because I didn't do that yet. But let's tap out of this and see what happens next. Welcome. So basically, we are now back at this home screen. So for I believe for everyone, but at least for us, we see this virtual tour and as our one of our options, or I don't know, can anybody see that? And floor plan and virtual tour as our other options. So as you guys know, they had floor plans available, and so I think it's still in the app, but floor plans are currently paused. But they've still got that sort of built into the app, which is going to really give you a hint as to what is going to come in the future. And so I would say keep your eyes peeled for that. That floor plans will be making a comeback at some point. And however, there's just the virtual tour. So I uploaded, or I reinstalled the app, which is always dicey. I'm always worried that I'm going to lose some of my content, but I didn't lose any of the content. It's still there. So if I go to create a virtual tour, first I have to connect my camera over Wi-Fi. And I'm connected to my home network now. I'm going to switch to my Theta. And let's see. Sometimes it works on the first try, sometimes it doesn't. And so that's also one of the little quirks here. And I'm going to get over to my app. Let's see, it connected, but my camera battery is low. Oh, it's like 26%. Okay, well, that's okay. We're just going to take a couple shots. And so I usually go into virtual tour right now. That's the way to do it. That's the bottom one. And then I add the home address later. And so I can just start shooting. And what has now changed, and this changed a while ago, but we start in a new room or area. And so if I go in to do this, let's see, then it should give me the ability to take a shot. Although, however, I'm getting a warning error. This is why live is so exciting. It's because you can get warnings where you're like, oh wait, you don't have enough space. So let's go in and deal with that first. Let's see if I can quickly take some images off the camera. I know what I did recently is that I had taken a bunch of video recently. And so that might have been what was the issue. So it was that it was just like all connected, and I'm not connected to the camera now. Okay, all of these problems when you try to start doing something. Let's close out of the app and go back to it. And again, I love kind of showing you guys this because this is totally the kind of stuff that you're going to have happen when you're like, I'm ready to roll. And then you're like, no, I'm not ready to roll. So let's see if I can just delete a little bit off of my camera. And I know what we did. We did like a huge photo shoot with a client recently. And so that was a big deal because we were like, okay, this is going to take a lot of time for us to do. Anyway, device images. Okay, we're going to delete all of these. Okay, and I'm going to just delete away. Delete. Oh, I know what I did. You know what I did is I did a huge commercial shoot recently where I put all of this stuff. I tried to do HDR on my Theta, and oh my gosh, it took up so much space. And I was storing everything to the camera. So I'm going to delete all of that. And that should free up some more space. And let's see if I can delete anything else. And I think that should have solved that for now. So hopefully that will be enough. Um, I think so, because there is some space on the camera. So let's go back over to the connectivity in the Zillow app and just double check that I'm connected and go back in. I just want to get to the spot where I'm okay. I know I have little space, but I just want to take one shot. Please delete files off the camera. Well, I'm still getting an error. So I think what we're gonna have to do is come back to this. And but the thing that I do know for sure, and so hi to whoever's joined, but what I think is that I'm gonna pick this up again in like 1 minute after I get this stuff deleted off the camera. And we'll pick this back up and we'll get going because I just ran into storage issues on my Z1. Wait, hold on. New idea. Let's try something else. Maybe this is the way to do it. It's like you're like one Z1 doesn't work. Well, let's get rid of that Z1. And maybe I'll just go through pairing a new one. And actually this one's cool because this one is the new Z1. This is the Z1 with the new upgrade. And if this one's charged and ready to go, then maybe we're going to be okay. Just take it out of the box. Hey, whoever's watching, thanks for watching. I'm sure I know you because there's only like 5 people who watch this. Let's see. Okay, so we have a charge. Let's see if it works. All right, so that's loading up. So I'm going to see if we have capacity. Well, we're going to have capacity, but if we have battery, let's check it out. I'm just inviting you in. Oh, thanks for the like. That's probably Kevin. That's probably Kevin who's on my team saying thanks for the like, or so that I can say thanks to the like too. All right, 87%, 6,000 shots can still be taken on this. All right, so we're trying to figure out what's going on with the Z1 paired with the Zillow 3D home tour. Get off my network, get back onto Wi-Fi. Are we Wi-Fi? No, we're not Wi-Fi. Okay, make sure you have your camera turned to Wi-Fi so that you can actually connect and you can recognize it with your device. Here we go. Password. Now, the trick to pairing the thing is I used to have to scan the bottom of it, but you don't. You just have to add the numbers to which is the password is the ID for your theta. So this one, you can tell that I've done this a few times. That should work. So it's just an 8-digit number, which is what comes after theta YN, and that pairs you with your device. Okay, so, and again, this is kind of cool because I've never used this one before. And 360 camera connected successfully. All right, hey guys. So let's see. So Zillow has this new app, and the first thing you're going to notice when you first log into this, I should be showing you guys what's on my phone, but I don't really know how to do this. But see, okay, look down here, we have a gear wheel. And so the gear wheel is the new part because the gear wheel has exposure and you can actually adjust the exposure. So if I'm here, here's my setup. It's kind of here. We'll do like a less messy part of my room. Then you can update your exposure before you take the shot. And then you can also reset it if you want to go back to the regular, just neutral exposure at 0. Hey guys, thanks for watching. So those are your options. White. So exposure is like important if you're in a dark room and you want to upgrade or sort of increase the exposure. I have tried this. I did actually have access to the beta, and what I can tell you is that the beta, for me anyway, it was like bumping up one stop of exposure was really good. So just bumping up one stop, like +1, was perfect. And I didn't need to go down in exposure. It was always compensating for underexposure. And then for ISO, I pretty much am keeping it at auto. I don't really see a reason to switch it initially. I think if you're fine with ISO and you're not shooting in a really dark area, you should be okay with still keeping it at auto ISO. But the big and most important one is the white balance. Now, if you scroll through the white balance here, you can see that the color is changing significantly in my space. And so look at that. So that's incandescent. Now, if I had fluorescent light on, just see it's kind of blue. Okay, well, let me just illustrate something. I'm going to get up for a second, throw on that incandescent light, and it should have changed in the app. So now look, it's super orange, right? It's that super orange. This is shade. This is what it looks like with auto. And if you go, there's outdoor, and it should update. But the incandescent is the one where you're looking for that white balance to adjust. And this will save you from the dreaded shot that you get. Look, there it is. Perfect white balance with the incandescent light that I have here and there. So this is the absolute game changer right now for using Zillow in the field. If you've never used it before, you'll be like, wow, this is so cool. This is so helpful and handy. But if you have used it before and you have suffered from having the warm light and the temperature being wrong on your shots and on your panos, that can all now be adjusted, not like fine tune adjustments, but here's the thing. So look, that's back to just regular, or if outdoor, if you need to compensate for that. So I just wanted to show you guys, this is what it usually looks like, is like this, really bright kind of yellowy, warm temperature. But moving it over to incandescent inside really helps. And one thing I think you need to know about this also is that you need to go in the settings at the bottom in your app and go to the Ricoh Theta settings. Okay, so they didn't put this in the app, but you need to know this. So go into settings just at the bottom here, gear wheel. Sorry, it's so hard for you to see, but like gear wheel down here. Okay. And go in there and go to Ricoh 360 camera. And then you have the option of on phone device straightening, keep images on the Ricoh, or reset after pano. And I want you guys to keep that reset after pano, move it over, toggle it over. And the reason is because otherwise, if you have that white balance set or the exposure set for one room, and chances are you're going to move to the next room, you are going to need to, you're going to forget and you're not going to go back and adjust it. And so then your next shot's going to be taken at that exposure level or at that white balance setting. And then it will mean that you're going to have to go back and retake those shots if you forgot that you did it that way. And only later will you'll realize your mistake and you'll be like, oh no, I just shot the kitchen, which was really bright because I was trying to compensate for the white balance issue I was having in the bathroom. And then, so that's your issue that you're going to run into. So that's the hot tip, is go into your camera settings and toggle over on the bottom. So that's that's it for you guys. I think there's not much more to tell you except for the fact that you should know that when you're in the app and you're making these adjustments in these settings, this is only in the app. So when you hit finish and when you hit, upload and process, you will not be able to go into some sort of workshop or back end and adjust that. So just keep that in mind, that everything else is pretty much the same in terms of the back end. You can only do your edits, but you can't do any of the color balance or post processing um, after the fact. So do it all in the app when you're doing it, which is new. But think about it as like a photographer. You can only do so much, and the app only lets you do so much. And once you get into the back end and you're editing from your dashboard, you'll still be just able to rearrange the panos and hide things, but you're not going to be able to make any color balance updates. So um, I hope this was helpful. Thanks for tuning into the live stream. Like I said, I've never done it before. You got to see my sort of struggle through what do I do? My camera's out of battery. And fortunately, I had a backup, which is the thing you got to have. I had a backup here ready to go that wasn't full. And if you have any questions, let me know. Put it in the comments. Type them in the chat. And I really appreciate you sticking around for this live stream. And maybe, in fact, I'll do this in the future because it sure beats editing. And all right, thanks, guys. Have a great day. Like, subscribe, comment. If you found it useful, share it with a friend. And I hope to post more videos that will be useful for you in your work on the things that we use and these tools that we use every day in the field. And have a great afternoon. Thanks. Bye.